Hi my loves, and welcome to the 2024 energetics forecast. And I decided to do this today impromptu here outside in the nature, a few days before we are actually approaching the new year. And I'm so happy to be sharing the energies that are coming up actually next year and a few years afterwards, because we are approaching a massive time of change. And I have called the 2024 year the year of initiation. In a few moments I will also tell you why and what it actually means for us. I believe that by now majority of you are feeling the shifts, and it's not just within ourselves and the people who also do that work, who understand energies, who understand astrology, who understand the bigger and larger cycles that take place cosmically, but also in our lives. However, I have been receiving so many requests from friends and people that I know that are not at all into this, or into this work as we call it. And they're asking me to give energy updates simply for the reason that they realize something is different. And as they call it, the world is going to shit. Well, the world isn't going to shit. The world is changing. But that it goes to shit can certainly feel like that. So before I go into the next year, I want to give you a forecast, an overview over what is going on energetically. So we are going to go a little bit into astrology and also a little bit into numerology, because we have to understand what is cracking, what is happening. 2023 was the year number 7. So 2023 broken down into a single digit is a number 7. What does 7 represent? 7 is the hermit. 7 is the number of spirituality. So in this year in particular, we had loads of people actually tuning in within themselves and trying to understand who they are, why they are here, what is happening, wanting to break free from the chains that are holding them. And this happened on a global scale, but also in our own personal lives. When we go to 2024, now this is the year number 8, and what does it mean? Now let's go a bit more back. 2024 is the beginning of a new 12-year cycle. Why do I say 12? Let's look at the numbers. Number 0, number 2, number 5, and number 8, which is 2024, are what? They are feminine numbers. Number 0 is the number of the chaos, the void, the womb. Number 2, as I refer it to, is the number of the maiden. It's the beginning of feminine energy, the innocence, the purity. Number 5 is the mother. She is the one that brings in that cosmic wisdom that is here to literally flourish the world and flood the world with her own unconditional love and nourishment and care that she has. And number 8 is the ultimate feminine, or what also I refer to as the crone, because there are usually 3 phases in a woman's life, and that's the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Now that's my own little interpretation into 2, 5, and 8. However, if you happen to have these numbers as a life path, 2, 5, and 8, then understand that you embody already in your core, in your energy, the divine feminine codes, and that your path in this life is to also live it, to fully embrace it, and especially to have it move through you, through each and every cell of your body. And for those of you, as I'm moving forward, that are listening to me and maybe have no idea what I'm talking about, I invite you to not listen to this live with your mind, with your logic, but let's try some cellular telepathy, meaning just tune in into my energy, feel with your energy. Even if the things that I may say now don't make any sense, just allow yourself to receive them and see what can occur for you within the next few months in regards to those energies. Now, we are, as humanity, moving into the new age, the age of Aquarius. However, that is happening in a phase of transition of 5 cycles. Each of those 5 cycles, 5, feminine number, is happening in a cycle of 12 years. So every 12 years, a portal opens. 12, 1 plus 2, 3, the number of Trinity, Father, Mother, Child, and it's also the number of creation. So just hear and play with the numbers here with me a little bit. So when that portal, that first huge portal actually opened, was in the year of 2000. In the year of 2000, why? It's the number 2, but it's also having 3 zeros. It was the beginning of the chaos. It was the beginning of the era of the feminine in its baby inception stages. This transition lasted 12 years until 2012. In 2012, the first real portal of awakening happens. And what does this portal mean? The portal means it opens up the energies, the cycles of awakening and transition. And what is awakening? Awakening breaks down to the word wake. So it is a death and rebirth process, because we attend a wake when someone passes on. So an awakening is pretty much shedding those layers, shedding those dead parts of us that no longer belong to us. And we are not going through a spiritual journey, because we as a consciousness, we are already spiritual. Our body is. And this is where the changes happen in our DNA, in our cellular memory. 2012 is also the year that was considered in the Mayan calendar as the end of times. So people were speculating what is going to happen in this year. We thought the world was going to end and everything was going to die. As a matter of fact, it was the end of the patriarchy. It was the end of an old way of being, but as it is with everything, those things need to come in very small steps and small bits and pieces. In the year 2012, majority of the light workers, or a big chunk of the light workers, also awakened, what we refer to as the 144 frequency. And these are also divided into groups of 12,000. So I personally had my real big awakening in 2012, and maybe many of you listening here in with me as well. And then our role was it to awaken as well the other ones around us. So that first process of initiation has already ended. The transition has already happened from 2012 now to 2024. And some would say it might have been the hardest cycle also with 2020, and we know what happened in 2020 with the world and with the changes and all of the so-called conspiracy theories that are not so conspiracy right now, aren't they? So, but leaving that topic on the side, the number 12 is important, yeah? We have 12 hours a day, 12 hours a night. There is a council of 12, the 12 apostles in the Bible. We have 12 months. So the number 12 is significant. Again, we are going to the numbers. Now 2024, we open the second portal. The next one will be 2036, and then the last one 2048. However, we are going to talk about next year now. So 2024 breaks down into an 8. In the tarot, in the major arcana, it's the justice. The 8 rules the, again, divine feminine. It's the mother codes as well, but also it's the number of karma. It's the number of sexuality, of death and rebirth, of transformations, also the 8th house in astrology. Whew. Next year is going to be huge. And I'm also going to give you a few tips on what you can do. So this is not just an information center. I'm also actually going to give you tools on how you can navigate this new year. So what does it mean for us? And I'm sorry if my hair looks gray. What does it mean? It means that we are embarking on a journey again yet of transformation. The second cycle, the next initiation of this transformation. If you think you know yourself, wait until next year. Number 8 is also the number where our karma is going to be transmuted and released. I'm not just speaking of personal karma, but collective karma that has occurred from the 20th, beginning of 20th century, 19th century. So there's a whole cycle of karma that is right now being released and transmuted. And what is happening, that this portal is going to anchor and bring in more and more divine mother codes. And it doesn't mean it's all going to be love and peace. What it means is that this divine mother codes is bringing in the feminine energy onto earth, because age of Aquarius is also considered the era of the feminine. We are moving away from what is known, the physicalities of life, masculine, to the unknown, to the void, to the unseen, the feminine, so energetics. This is where we are moving towards. 2024 is a bridge year, is a transition year. 2024 is also the year where relationships are going to completely transform, because Aries and Libra the nodes are in Aries and Libra. In astrology, this is the sign of the self, Aries, me in relation, the self in relation to the other, Libra, right? And Libra is in the south node, so we are moving away from old people-pleasing mechanisms. We are moving away from toxic relationships, as we call it. We are moving away from any kind of behavior that is destructive for us in our relationships. So you will notice so many relationships in your life ending and so many new ones coming in. And when I speak of relationship, all kinds of relationships, it's not just romantic, this is business, this is friendships, this is all of it. You're going to begin to stand up for yourself. You're going to begin to put yourself first in a very savage way. Also, the relationships that are going to come into your life now are going to be divinely guided, are going to be part of the soul group. So no matter how much you are trying to hold on to anyone, no matter how much you love them, how long you have known them, whatever they have done for you or you for them, if the energy is not in resonance, they're going to be out. Or you are going to be out. It can also play out vice versa. So I need you to remember that this is a time, and this is why Aries and Libra are right now the nodes, because we are moving into sovereignty, into sovereign power. And this especially is very important in our relationship, but also the relationship to self. Pluto is entering Aquarius, 23rd of January. Boom. What happened this year for you from March until June? What happened this year from you from March until June? This is when Pluto ingress into Aquarius for a longer period. Have you noticed some changes? What was different? What has occurred? Because this will set the theme and the tone for now, January until September, because Pluto is going to dip back into Capricorn for about another month at the end of the year until it's fully into Aquarius in 2025. So this is a year of transition, of shift, of changes in relationship, changes within yourself, and it becomes very important for yourself to check in all the time within your own energy, within your own state of being. What do you want? Where are you heading? What are you allowing in your life now? What has to go? These are very important questions. Where are you still not free? Where are you still not in your power? What situations are still keeping you small? This is not a time to fear. This is a time to take action. Aries, this is a time to be the warrior within, to be the powerhouse within. How are you doing your relationships? How are you with your sexuality? This is number 8, 8th house. Whew. Also, Aries ruled by Mars. Mars is the planet that governs sex. Our sexuality is going to be transformed, transmuted in our genetic, in our codes, because how we do sexuality has been detrimental. It's all going to be about sacred sexuality, divine unions. And this is just the beginning, guys. So it's not going to be like, boom, 2024, all of this will happen. This is a transition. So it's a year with a lot of changes in the global scale. A lot of systems are going to crumble, financial systems, government systems. And I want you to not freak out. I want you to understand that this has to happen. This is the time of chaos before order. This is the time of chaos before order. The feminine rules the chaos. We have a new initiation cycle ahead of us. Also 2024, the nodes will shift into Pisces and Virgo. Pisces is the most spiritual sign. It's connected to the cosmos. Virgo rules hell. So after all this transitioning, after all these leaving relationships, ending relationships, starting ourselves from scratch, from new, because the new you wants to play, the new you wants to have fun, the new you wants new places, new people, new work. You want everything new. You don't want the old anymore. And I've been having this for a while already in my life, and I'm sure many of you too. It's not something that will just happen then. It has already begun. When the nodes shift into Virgo and Pisces, Pisces and Virgo, because Pisces will be in the North Node, this will be the collective healing. Yeah? Pisces is a healing sign, Virgo is a healing sign. Virgo represents the earth, the physical. Pisces, the spiritual, it's a healing. And then those nodes are going to be for another 18 months and until 2027. In 2027, the nodes are going to shift into Aquarius and Leo. Pluto will be full on in Aquarius. In human design, this is the year where the new energetics are going to be kicked in, where we are moving away from the cross of planning to the cross of the sleeping phoenix. So the cross of planning was where we are seeking outside authority for advice. We're looking for outside people to guide us, to help us, to give us direction. No, no, no. Cross of the sleeping phoenix, it's the survival of the individual. Acting, behaving, living out of inner authority. This is all about embodiment, guys. This is not a mental process. Energy is embodiment, living, breathing you, your body. Spiritually, your consciousness, you're already there. The body needs to adjust. This is why this is a transition. It needs to be slow. Otherwise, with all these codes coming in, our bodies are short circuit. And 2027 is where I personally believe is also the year where we are falling into the age of Aquarius. But this is my personal belief from everything that I have studied so far and that I understand. So next year we are given some sort of grace. If you want to look at it, time is going to speed up. Faster, 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 faster. And the more time speeds up, the more you slow down. The faster everything goes, the more you tune within. Shout out the noise, shout out the voices, shut it out. Tune within every single time. There is a saying, when you're in a hurry, go slow. And this is especially true now for the next years, but especially for 2024. 8 is a powerful number, but remember that 8 also can be tricky because 8 amplifies. It's this infinity symbol. So what are you amplifying in terms of energy, right? It's the feminine. I'm sure you've seen those videos where it says when you give a woman groceries, she'll make you a deal. When you give a woman a sperm, she'll give you a baby. So this is it. It's the feminine. What are you amplifying? Are you amplifying grief, shame, fears, worry, doubt? Relationships that no longer serve you? Or are you amplifying joy, balance, pleasure, fun, purpose? It's also going to be a year where a lot of more people are going to enter their purpose because, again, 8 is a karmic number. It's also related to Saturn. Saturn is in Pisces again, bringing in spirituality, rooting it into the physical body. It's a massive year with a lot of transformations. A lot of people, again, will leave. A lot will come in. You especially. Now it's the time to be in charge of your life. It's our year, guys, and it's just going to get wilder. But again, I want you to see how powerful this is, how beautiful this is. 8 is also the number of power, being in your power, sovereign power. There's a reason why I'm teaching all of this since 3 years. So I hope that all of this gave you a little overview over 2024. I'm going to break it also into smaller videos. I'm coming now with huge programs in regards to the energetics that are going to address the big cycles, but also the smaller cycles that will play out every month. We will have a subscription where you can sign up and a small fee, and you'll get weekly updates or monthly updates from me on your email, but also we'll have webinars, we'll have in-group meetings. So there's a lot that I have planned for 2024 to help you all deal with this transition and deal with these energies because they are savage. They're not going to be easy. Sometimes it will feel like a super high, sometimes like a super low. But it's always, always about finding the balance. And remember, the faster it gets, the more you tune within. The louder it becomes, the more you slow down. I'm sending you all so much love, and I'm wishing you a blissful, happy new year. A welcome into the second phase of initiation. And remember, you're not alone. We are not alone. We are many. And we are going through this all together. Mwah.